MK Dons 1 of Barnet 3. Right, so let's do some reaction for this. I don't think many of us saw that one coming, especially after we took an early lead, but saying that, I do wonder if this has been coming over the last few weeks, because even though we've been on a really good run, I do feel like some of our results we have grinded out, and we can't always afford to rely on grinding out results in this league if we are to go up. I don't really think we played well at all today, if I'm going to be honest. My goal came from their mistake, and after they equalised, there was only really one team in it that was going to win, and that certainly wasn't us. Um, I look back at their equaliser, it's just a header that can just go straight into the back of the net as we left that far side of the goal unmarked. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, why was that side unmarked? Why didn't the defenders, well, the whole team really, why didn't we have at least one player, certainly more, guarding that goal and actually being able to stop that goal from going in? And yeah, as I say, after that, I think the whole game had changed. And yeah, but fair play to them. They were the only team playing well today. We certainly didn't have a good game. And fair play to Dean Brennan, fair play to Barnet. They didn't give up. They dug deep and they put their heels in and they really went for it. And they made it look like they were the side in the top two, not us. So credit where credit's due to Barnet, I think. Um, yeah, just going on the performance, I don't think I can actually remember the last time where we went a whole half without having a corner. And yet in this first half, that's exactly what happened. They had all the corners, we didn't have any. And I also don't remember the last time I saw us be so unsuccessful with our crosses. We were unsuccessful with all six of our attempts to cross the ball in the first half, and didn't really get any better in the second half. And I with a couple, but that's really as good as it got. Our crosses just went straight to Barnet. Really, it wasn't a good game from us at all. And yeah, I just feel like apart from our goal, which obviously, as I said earlier, came from their mistake, came from their goalkeeper Kieran Slicker's mistake, I just feel like on the whole, from the goalkeeper to the defence to the attack, we were just all over the place. I just don't really think anybody can say they had a good game today. I feel like, especially with their first and third goals going in, you could see them going in just before they did, and even with the second one, I think you could kind of see it coming in a way. So we've got to be better than that, really. We can't afford to have this level of performance if we are going to get up to League One at the end of the season. Um, and yeah, just going on now, it's just one clean sheet now in our last six league games. That was on Wednesday against Colchester United. We've conceded 7 goals now in these last 6 games, and we need to put this to bed. I know our goals conceded tally is only 40, and that's a lot less than the goals conceded that we've been seeing in the last 3 seasons of 66 goals we got relegated to League Two, 68 goals as we failed to get back up to League One, and then 66 goals again last season. And, I know that is the fifth best in the league. I know only Cambridge United, Oldham Athletic, Bromley and Notts County have conceded less goals, but we need to stay on our toes, especially as we've recently became title contenders. We have been talking about can we possibly even win the league, and I feel like after today with Bromley beating Colchester United and going 5 points clear of us, I think we can just forget about winning the league. I think we just need to focus on staying in the automatic promotion places because with Notts County and Cambridge United scoring pretty good wins, if they win their games in hand over us, Dons will be in third, we'll be 1 point behind Cambridge United, who will be in second, and will be 1 point ahead of Notts County, who will be in fourth. And Notts County have had a pretty good week. They've scored 9 goals, they've only conceded two, and yeah, but beating Accrington Stanley 4-0 and winning 5-2 against Cheltenham Town today. Cheltenham Town, who've been unbeaten in their last 8 coming into today's game. I think they're going into their last 8 games absolutely full of confidence. So we can't afford another slipper like we did today, that's for sure. Yeah, the performance level, it was just nowhere near the performance even against Colchester United on Wednesday, in my opinion. I feel like on Wednesday, we knew we weren't going to concede. We did everything we possibly could not to concede, and just didn't really see that today, if I'm going to be brutally honest. With the exception of having 11 shots to Barnet's 10, we were just outplayed. And, even with the penalty, I don't know what happened that resulted in wasn't it Ben Murphy taking it as opposed to Aaron Collins taking it. Um, Ultimately, whoever is taking the penalties in the future will would that be Rush Van Murphy, would that be Aaron Collins, Callum Patterson? We need to work on it because that's twice now in the last few weeks where I've seen us take a penalty where it looks like it's clear where the goalkeeper's going to go, and yet we've still shot it in that direction. So, if you're going to be awarded more penalties, which has happened over the last couple of months, we do need to understand the best way to shoot that penalty so that the goalkeeper doesn't get to it, really. That's a couple of times it's happened now. I don't think we can afford to do that in our remaining 7 games, that's for sure. Um, yeah, I think the sooner we get Callum Patterson, Will Caller, Curtis Nelson, and Nathaniel Mendes Lang back, the better. Because I am a little bit worried now. Staying on the topic of injuries, I know we lost Jack Sanders and Connor Lemonhay Evans to injuries. I really do pray it's not a serious injury for either of them because they are good players, especially Jack Sanders. But even with Connor as well, he's a good player, I think. Um, anyway, moving forward. I know all teams lose games. No team is invincible, really. Not in League Two, that's for sure. Um, you know, the best thing I think we can do is make sure at today's results it's just a one-off and that we perform better than we did today. It's still in our hands to go up. I don't know if you'd offered me that position 12 months ago, given where we were then, and even back in September when we were losing a few games. I know I would have taken it, and I think a lot of you guys probably would do as well. But we can't squander our good position now. We've worked so hard to get to this point. We can't throw it all away. Now, I really do hope we can bounce back from this loss and go again next Saturday, but I do feel like picking the team up will likely take some doing because if I look back to our 6 previous league losses, we've only won the next league game once after having a league loss, and that was actually after losing 3 of our last 4, in which the other game that we didn't lose was a draw. So at this point, we're not been playing well over the course of a few games, and then it looked like we finally got through that patch and started picking up results again. So, as I've got the program here, the latest program, if I look through our other losses, other than that one, after we lost to Walton in the league, like I mentioned just now, we lost straight again to Grimsby Town. We drew 1-1 to Chesterfield, and then we lost to Accrington Stanley. And then it was only after that we started to put things to bed and start returning back to winning ways. Our next league loss was against Bromley. And funny enough, just like that game, we also came into today's game on the back of 4 league wins, just like we did then, and then we lost. So I don't know if there's a psychological thing going on there, if that's just a coincidence, but just thought I'd mention it. Yeah, when we lost to Bromley, I know we won the FA Cup. We actually did draw to Barnet after that in the league, and then we won 3 of our next 4 after that. When we lost to Notts County, we drew to a good Cambridge United team. So, we did. It's not like we were going to lose again. We did put in a good performance, I think, but again, just wasn't really a win. But after that, we did go on to. We did win our next couple after that. And then our most recent one before today was against Colchester United. And I know we started off well against Chesterfield, but it was actually a last minute equaliser which we conceded. And I don't think we can afford to be doing that next Saturday. So Paul Warren, I just really hope he can just lift these players up. I hope the players can return back to, some positivity after today and be in a good spirit for next Saturday because I think that will be key. But it's not going to be easy against the Salford City side who have actually won, I think it's 5 of their last 7, and who, even though they lost today to Cambridge United, I think will still be coming into the game full of confidence. So we need to be able to match that and beat that really. But yeah, fingers crossed. Hopefully, we'll be back at the races next Saturday. Hopefully, we will win a big game. It is a must win if we are to stay in the automatic promotion places. But as I say, we got to be playing a lot better than we did today because I don't really think we can say today was good at all by any stretch of the imagination. Right, that wraps it up. If you are still watching, I know it's a longer video than what I normally do when I do these reviews and previews. Thank you very much. It's incredibly appreciated. If you've liked what you've seen today and you haven't already done so, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and share the video. It really does help me out. Hopefully, next time I do my review, we'll be celebrating a vital 3 points and go back onwards and upwards. And hopefully today will be a one-off. But yeah, that wraps it up. Thank you very much for watching. Come on, you Dons.